appropriate and orderly. So I'd first like to start off by saying thank you to all the faculty and staff who helped us all get to graduation, except for Jairus. We're not even started yet, don't worry. All kidding aside, though, I honestly feel like we've been shaped by wonderful minds and professionals. You should all feel honored to be roasted by 22-year-old college senior professors. Maybe next time we'll just give you a raise. So I'm a finance major, so many of my interactions were within the finance department. That being said, the finance department will be getting quite the roasting tonight. It's okay though. We always laugh at the other majors anyways. When you don't see a new $1 million managerial educational center being put in too often.
Oh shit.
Accounting's cool too. With that, we'll go ahead and get started. Please, this is a very serious matter, guys. Folks. So first, I'd like to start off with Keiko. Professor Keiko. Okay, first off script, it's impossible to write a roast for you. Keiko, she was my management professor and lectured on ethical behavior within firms as well as other compelling management information. But Keiko is one of the most passionate and caring people at this college. She really is just a phenomenal person. There is something Keiko does love more than her college students, though, and that's her animals. Besides learning about ethical behavior within management, our class also got the full update on all the obscure animals Keiko has sort of collected over the years. Actually, update's underplaying it. It was, sometimes I felt like we had a live feed to her home. It got to the point where I'd come to class and I was more nervous about what was happening to her horse than my upcoming exam. Probably what probably got a B. Up next, I have Don Goodmanson. I think he's here. So I'll go off script. No, I'm actually currently taking strategic with Goodmanson, and so far it's been interesting to say the least. I can't say enough nice things about his teaching style, especially because I'm still in his class. And what I can say is this: nobody likes Wisconsin. I wish he was here. This is a message I want to send him. Nobody. What's Wisconsin known for, besides like being cold and not having the Super Bowl 50 Lombardi trophy? For Broncos. Do you remember when people cared about Wisconsin? Yeah, me neither. Okay, so up next I have Michael Martin, Professor Martin. I took business law at Martin, so this is gonna hurt. I'm just kidding. Michael Martin teaches business law. During class, he would often bring up funny, interesting court cases to illustrate concepts as well as make class light. So lectures were a blast, and then you would take one of his exams. After years of therapy, I'm finally able to without reverting to a fetal position and crying. It's funny when I talk to other classmates about Martin's class, it's like a bunch of vets swapping war stories. I remember when I took it, I slept in for the final. I was about 10 minutes late and sprinted over. I was sweaty, and I remember Martin handed me the exam with this look that I can only explain as just being entertained. I cannot wait to get a look at this kid's exam. Between all the sweat. But it was funny, like wartime, your exams would usually come back battered, covered in red, in dire need of a medic or a healthy curve. The sad thing was the radio to call in the curve seemed to always be broken. And a lot of good red ink was lost to the cause for higher education. Up next, I have Bob Lynch. Bob Lynch is one of my favorite professors at the school. You guys have all probably had Bob Lynch for a class, Professor Lynch. He teaches a lot of statistics. It's funny though, my favorite part of the stats class was when Lynch would talk to himself. Actually looking back, about 75% of the class was just watching Lynch talk to himself. It was like he was a student. It was funny because when he'd finally come out of it, he was sort of startled because he'd be reminded that he had a classroom of curious freshmen looking at him. It's like, yeah, Lynch, you've been talking to yourself for about 50 minutes. It's okay, that puzzled look is always going to be remembered. Very fun thing. Up next, I have Rutilio Martinez. I also love Rutilio Martinez. Rutilio is he's one of the most intellectual minds that I've come across in the school. He brings a different presence to the class and a highly boosts performance. I honestly mean that. It either boosts it or really brings it down. It's negatively correlated. I can't mention Professor Martinez, though, without mentioning his wardrobe. I mean, I'm sure you all know, this is the type of wardrobe that it immediately demands respect. It gives Martinez this unmatched swag. There's a famous quote by Teddy Roosevelt, former president, if you don't know. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You know, for Dr. Martinez, he spoke softly, and then he made you feel like crap because of how awful he looked in comparison to you. No, I mean, every day I slug to class in some pathetic, horrible mashup of clothing. And, you know, usually didn't smell too good either, and Martinez would always have some immaculate combination of shirt and tie. So really, the little integrity I had left after some of the exams was instantly swept away by this incredible sense of style. It's a self-esteem thing, you know, still working on it. Up next I have Dr. McClatchy. Dr. McClatchy is one of the most revered professors within the finance department and does an incredible job of bringing the real world into her classroom. By real world, I mean her car. Hold on, what was it again? I've heard it like 3 or times, just can't remember. Oh, yes, it's the Hellcat. I'm only kidding though. Really, it's all jokes aside, that car's worth more than my life right now. It also goes 0 to 60 under 4 seconds, looks great in black. Next, another professor I wish was here to hear this is Dr. John Kleinbell. Dr. John Kleinbell plays a major role through his active involvement in the FMA organization and SAVE class. He makes our global competitiveness really present. Dr. Kleinbell is a blast to have in the classroom, and one of his common responses has quickly become one of my favorite quotes. So I'll play the student, someone will play Kleinbell, or I'll play Kleinbell as well. Hey, Dr. Kleinbell, will something like this be in the exam? Maybe, maybe not. No promises. Hey, Dr. Kleinbell, am I going to pass this class? Maybe, maybe not. No promises. Hey, Dr. Kleinbell, is management a worthwhile minor? Maybe, maybe not. No promises. Okay, so up next, I have Dr. Jarrett. I never really pronounced it. There are a few professors within the business school that truly inspire students to get more out of their education and strive for better. Jairus just misses that mark. Step on my head. I can't really explain Jairus' mannerisms or demeanor without having one of his PowerPoint slides with a bunch of pointless arrows pointing nowhere. I will do my best. In all seriousness, Professor Jairus is one of the greats, and he really does help to separate our finance department from others like the Lead School of Business and whatnot. He also boasts a little bit of sporting knowledge. Not much, though. Don't let him fool you. You know, he talks big game, but I think it's all talk. You know, I think those who do, those who can't, teach. Those who do neither, teach finance. So next I have Joe French, my faculty advisor. So I'll be careful. You know, it's funny, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so I'm gonna give my honest attempt here to imitate this next professor. I'm really gonna hope that someone will know who it is. I already told you that. Ready? I've planted someone in the audience here. Just real quick. I've grown out my hair for like months trying to
French. What's a dividend?
We're not talking about dividends. French is a machine. The guy's like an Excel model. He only accepts questions that actually pertain to what we're actually covering. You know, I was always told there's no such thing as a dumb question. Unless you're in a French class, then about 90% of the questions you're going to ask are going to be dumb. Some of my friends and I have talked a lot about Professor French, and we're always trying to figure out what he actually does. You know. So far, we've concluded that he uses his professorship as a cover. A cover for what we don't know. But I think the guy's rolling deep, and he's in some dark pools. And normal people don't just pop over to Mongolia or other obscure countries with 0 tourist attractions. Alright, this is where, again, we're all appropriated. I have to mention, I took multinational French, and if you all took it, I'm sorry. You're not through it though. This is the war bet thing I'm telling you about. But my favorite part of that class, I have to mention it. It's a very subtle thing that French would do. I would always kind of bring out my inner 14-year-old. And that was that every single classroom example in multinational, we would use some foreign currency, and then it'd be appreciate or depreciate against the Vietnamese dong. I can't tell you why I got such a kick out of that. You gotta dip into that, early 14-year-old. Up next, Garth Allen. Garth Allen. Professor Allen, he's been the chair of the finance department for all my years here at MCB, and he's done one heck of a job. He's a staple in the insurance industry, and truly is a gem in our faculty. Professor Allen, though, being chair of the finance department, he meets a large volume of students and learns a lot of new names every day. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to take about 5 to 10 times before Professor Allen actually recognizes your face, and then a couple years before the name actually sticks. They call John, Jack, I can't tell you. But my favorite memory of Professor Allen was at last year's FMA trip to Coors Field, where we met Dick Montfort, and I got to sit down in the conference room. I remember feeling really excited to meet an owner of a major sports team, but I was quickly humbled after looking over and seeing Professor Allen's reaction. He literally embodied starstruck. You could barely make out a word he was saying because he couldn't stop giggling with joy at the thought of hanging out with Dick Montfort. It was a fun tour, and like I said, another thing that I'll always appreciate, and I will always appreciate in my life. Up next, I have Dr. De La Torre. Dr. De La Torre, he's probably one of the smartest people I've met at the college, and I really do feel honored to take classes from him. It's funny though, after hearing his story, I just feel awful about myself. When I get bored, I nap, or I go outside, or on the rare occasion, I'll crack open a book. When De La Torre gets bored, he gets a law degree. When De La Torre gets bored, he decides that finance sounds cool and gets a PhD. So you always make us strive for better. My favorite part of De La Torre's class, though, was the exams. That's a joke. They were sadistic. It was like every question was an April Fool's joke. It was like pick all the correct answers. There'd be 7 statements provided. Sometimes one was correct. Sometimes they were all correct. Are you kidding me? This is stressful. I've never taken an exam that made me feel less of a person afterwards. These exams literally robbed me of my self-esteem. That's why I stand before you in a Hawaiian shirt. I remember, this is one of my favorite memories though. I remember when he did his last lecture in our 371 course, and he said he would give us advice on what he wished he could tell himself at our age. I got really excited. Someone that has this phenomenal career, this well of knowledge that we can dip into and give us kind of an edge. Bring it on. Take out the trash. Do the dishes. Change the toilet paper roll. Okay, Mom. I've heard that for 20 years. Waiting for the go-getter, another formula. But no, in all sincerity, I really do appreciate that. And that is advice that I'm still trying to uphold. Last but certainly not least, I cannot do a roast of the finance department without talking about Christy. All I'm going to say is Christy's perfect. So this isn't actually a roast, but it's more of a shout out to how integral a part you have played in all of our educations. We all appreciate you and everything you do for us as students and almost alumni. Thank you, Christy. That concludes my portion of the roast. I hope you all enjoyed my PG-13 rated jokes and heartfelt stories on our faculty's quirks and blunders. I really do appreciate these past years at UNC, and I really could have never guessed that I would get to know the professors at my school well enough to roast them at my senior night. I can't speak highly enough on the quality of education that I feel like we receive and how prepared I feel as a graduate. All the other departments are great too, from what I've heard at least. Thanks for all your help, guidance, and laughter. I think up next is Trevor. Thank you.